Hi everybody, my name is Victoria Taylor. I'm super excited to be here as part of InnoVaTe. We're going to be talking about all sorts of things that people in the state are doing in terms of innovation, technology. So I hope that you join me and along on this journey as I explore the many corners of this beautiful state, and it'll be a lot of fun. Today we're going to visit with Peter Schneider and Steve Davis of Vermod, an exciting local company that's creating turnkey net zero homes designed for mobile home replacement. Built right here in Vermont, these homes are shipping all over the country now. Hi there, are you Steve and Peter?
Yep, we are.
Hi, nice to meet you, Victoria. Thanks for being on InnoVaTe, guys.
Oh, our pleasure.
Should we check out one of the houses?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. So where did the impetus and the origin of Vermont come from?
Geez, it's a little over 3 years ago now. Hurricane Irene, which turned into a tropical storm in Vermont, but actually had more damage than most of the Northeast, came through Vermont, and a disproportionate amount of mobile homes were made uninhabitable, over 450 of them.
Was it due to flooding, wind damage?
All of those combined. So immediately the state, Efficiency Vermont, a bunch of our partners got together and were like, we need to replace these homes, how are we going to do it? And we all came to the agreement that we didn't want to do it with typical mobile homes.
So Vermont has a goal a really aggressive goal of lowering emissions and making homes even more energy efficient.
Yep.
How does the Vermont philosophy play into that?
Yeah, well, at the beginning of this, back around Tropical Storm Irene, when this idea came to place, we were really looking at the Vermont Comprehensive Energy Plan and what's it going to take to get to zero energy buildings, 100% of them by 2030. We decided this would be a great demonstration that we can actually achieve that goal today and serve the lowest income sector. That required this design. It required the innovative modular builder, but it also requires really innovative financing. So typical mobile home, you're looking at 10% interest rate, maybe on a 15-year term. That, first 5 years, all you've done is paid off interest on your home. And because most mobile homes are a depreciating asset, your home's worth less than you've paid in it after 5 years. And that's why when we go into mobile home parks, most homeowners have been in their home maybe 20, 30 years because it's hard to get out of them. You can't build wealth and you can't move up the ladder. This home is actually less on a monthly basis when you look at mortgage plus energy, when you compare it to a mobile home or manufactured home that's half the price. The thicker walls, the better windows, all these things cost more, but then you can downsize the mechanical system and that saves some money. Any market above the low income sector, there's no excuse not to do it.
That's incredible. So right here we have the kitchen, and I'm noticing right now that it's really quiet. Why is it so quiet in here? So
we have more than twice the insulation in the walls, the roof, and the floor. So that adds to that nice acoustical dampening of noise from outside, but also inside. Our triple glazed, really airtight windows, which sort of allows us to just have a very small heating and cooling system. So we significantly downsize. Typically a home of this size would have to have a big, noisy furnace with ducting that goes throughout the house, and we're delivering heat and cooling below the windows, which are sort of the cold or hot spots. Which get dirty and musty and filled with pollutants really quickly. Instead, we just have a small little point source heater or cooler on the wall. And I see that we have a little sort of an interface over here on the counter. What is that exactly? So this is called a demand control fresh air ventilation system. This is literally evaluating the air in the house full time, and this heats, it cools, it brings in fresh air when needed, and evaluates the relative humidity. And I know you mentioned helping manage energy and fuel costs. The concept is we've eliminated fossil fuels. And a lot of our home buyers, they have a hard time sort of capturing that idea because they're so used to the fuel delivery and the kerosene tank. So when we say it's an all-electric home, they're still thinking about all electric for this stuff, but I still have to pay fossil fuel for heat. So here, it's electric heating. It's designed around a very fuel-efficient heat pump heating and cooling technology. But what we do that's really innovative is we take the solar. Every home comes with solar on the roof, or if they don't have good solar access, trees hanging all around and so forth, which a lot of mobile home parks do, we help them buy into a solar community program. So every home has as much energy production as they do consumption. So literally on an annual basis, their energy bill zeroes out. The homeowners only have to be concerned with the mortgage or the loan payment on a monthly basis. And I think that one of the most innovative things about Vermod is the fact that you've created this beautiful energy efficient home. Typically people will make sacrifices in one direction to pay for another. They'll have to feel like they have to sacrifice comfort for
energy efficiency. They feel like they have to sacrifice appearance for their budget, but you've managed to bring all these things together.
Yeah, it's a real balance. Where we're seeing the most demand is this single wide box. It's 1,000 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We have a lot of people who come in living in twice this square footage. Good design.
But they're downsizing to this.
And they find that what they need is here. You know, they may only live in half or a quarter of their current home.
But they're paying to heat it, they're paying to clean it, and you're making everything so much more streamlined. So let's get an idea of what the house looks like. Do you mind giving me a quick tour?
Sure. So we can go down to the guest bedroom and sort of first.
All right.
So we've got the bathroom here. You can see this one came with the 5-foot shower tub combination. Same level of finishes. And this bedroom, while set up very different for kids with a lofted bed, same size as the master bedroom at the other end, a little smaller closet. And with these windows, again, we have triple glazed instead of dual pane, they call it, or single pane windows, which you'll still find in homes, even in this harsh Vermont climate. This is a really warm surface on the coldest day. Yeah. So instead of having baseboard or forced hot air blowing underneath this window, we're able to just trickle in our conditioned air and our ventilation air. Just stays in here, and this is a very comfortable space, even though it's remote and off at the end of the house. So as we mentioned, you know, all homes come with all the appliances. So Energy Star appliances. These are great front-loading Energy Star washer, dryer. What's unique about this house is its air tightness. And we have a ventless or condensing dryer. Very similar to a conventional dryer. Okay. Drum. In this case, we have an insulated drum. It tumbles and warms and heats the clothes. The water vapor, instead of being blown to the outside and new air having to come in to replace that, it actually just goes down into a little condenser. That water vapor turns into water droplets, and that water goes into the washing machine drain.
And this is using, once again, the power that you are taking care of.
That's right.
So the heat inside the house that it exhausts to, picks up through our return airs. We take the energy out of that and moves it through the house, and you get.
That's right. And for every watt that this unit uses, we're producing it on the roof. While in the winter we might be drawing that from the grid because we're tied to the grid just like any other house. We're also generating in excess during the summer, and we use that credit in the winter.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So here's the master bedroom.
Okay.
So the 2 bedrooms are identical in regards to the space. They accommodate a queen-size bed. You know, livability is really important. So we have daylight coming in from 2 different directions, nice ceiling height. The bathrooms, just like the rest of the house, are ventilated. So as you have a moisture event, shower event, odor event in the bathroom, it's continuously ventilated here, and we'll bring in fresh air as needed.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about this mechanical looking space.
So here's your serve, the ventilation system. These are the filter boxes. So this one's for the return. Over here is the one coming in from outside. All insulated boxes, insulated ductwork, styrofoam ductwork, all here. And this is a heat pump hot water heater, which is all electric and runs really efficient. Right over here is our solar controller. So that's taking the juice off there, runs into the electrical panel here, then goes to the house. So it's all right in this room.
This is like the control center of the ship.
It is right here, yep.
Very cool. You guys really have a commitment to keeping the materials that you use in these houses non-toxic and safe. And that's such a huge, meaningful thing to a lot of these families who are, you know, probably dealing with crumbling homes, potential mold, toxins, that sort of thing. Like, this is really a huge, incredible step.
So this is a great solution that didn't exist until a couple of years ago, and I think we're finding that it resonates with that audience. And at the end of the day, we have support from weatherization, we have support from our affordable housing partners, so I think we're going to see more and more of these homes out in the field.
Well, thank you so much, guys. This has been absolutely incredible. Thanks again for joining us on Vermont PBS for InnoVaTe. Today I learned about zero-energy mobile home replacement units that will last for 200 years and continue to take care of the owners in these times of climate change. Complete with solar power and energy-efficient appliances, these factory-built homes are extremely efficient, affordable, and beyond comfortable. For more information, check out Vermod at vermod.com.
Production of InnoVaTe is supported in part by Sovernet Communications, connecting communities, schools, nonprofits, and businesses to one another around the world. More information at sovernet.com. And by Merchants Bank, committed to supporting Vermont's innovators. More information on Merchants Bank is available at mbvt.com. Additional funding provided by the following contributors: